It's even odd when Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Steve out on your YouTube, bro, let's roll.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin. I'd like to welcome you to another special episode, what I call the Unproduced Drafts. And this is an episode I'm calling Gravedancer's Union. I do want to say hello to everyone following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. We control the vertical, we control the horizontal. Do you want to say hello to everyone joining us here in the live chat? We did have DJ Play Nice, who left some messages from this morning, including the like, share, subscribe, do all the clicky algorithmic things that he likes. Um, he also did make a reference to JPRPH1. I do see the Tired Midnight Blogger. Thank you for the Geeky Geezers raid. Netters Network. And hello to Geek Flag with an 8 nose. Good to see you, sir. All right. So despite the title, this is not about Soul Asylum. And this is more about what you see in the thumbnail. And this is something that I had intended to bring up on Unscripted. Didn't get to it. And decided to kind of do something a little bit different tonight. So what I wanted to do was kind of talk about how entertainment journalism seems to be filled with just as much propaganda as the mainstream media. Hello to Jerry Lehane. And hello to the Emoji Queen, Lady Mist. Bird Woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary. All right. Now there was a story that was written in Variety magazine um, at the time that Chuck Norris passed away. And this is the article right here. That he says, a great action star, but politics may overshadow his legacy. And of course, this is a story that a number of YouTubers have already talked about. Granted, but anyway, let's go into this a little bit. Yeah, so-called entertainment journalism can be described as yellow journalism. Yeah, yellow's pest. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to go into tonight. Let's see. I wanted to go ahead and read this off. Right. I thought this was kind of a funny line. You're nothing but a chicken shit weasel who thrives on the misery of others. When death calls, you be screaming like a baby. Chuck Norris delivers this incredibly badass line to bad guy Ramon Coda, played by Billy Drago, near the end of 1990's Delta Force 2 to Colombian Connection. His combination of great quips, big kicks, glistening muscles, huge guns, and tight jeans made Norris, who died Thursday at 86, the all-American archetype of the muscle action star. While many of his contemporaries, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, Seagal, seem larger than life with big accents and hulking frames, Norris felt commissioned by the military to prove what a good strongman was. The character was solidified by Norris's indelible run of 1970s and 80s movies after his big screen debut, getting killed by Bruce Lee in 1972's The Way of the Dragon. The 1978 film Good Guys Wear Black was Norris's first starring action role. This led to a run of films where Norris would play some type of ex-military expert who has to take the law into his own hands, and cemented Norris as the in-house star for Cannon Films' relatively low budget and morally simplistic action films. The structure was established early, and All-American Loner has to gun down outsiders who threaten his way of life or go to another country to make sure justice is done. Okay, this is how they want to put this. I'm just reading the article, folks. In one, he's a Texas Ranger taking down a drug dealer. He's actually an arms ranger, but okay. Arms dealer, but okay. 1983's Lone Wolf McCoy, which inspired Norris's series Walker, Texas Ranger. In others, he's an escaped POW who goes back to Vietnam to save more men. 1984 is Mission in Action, which spawned 2 more sequels. A Chicago cop who engages with gang civil war in 1985's Code of Silence, and a special ops agent who has to thwart a plane hijacking, 1986's Delta Force, which also launched 2 more sequels. In nearly every Norris movie, he's muscling into a foreign land or othered community, again, how they put it, kicking a bunch of ass, completing his mission, and hitting the road, or neutralizing the new threat that came into his town. Pattern works so well that it inspired a shift in other 80s films. Can you imagine the jump from Stallone's meditative 1982 film First Blood to 1985's gun fetishizing Rambo First Blood Part 2 existing without the Norris blueprint? Things shifted in 1993 when Norris took on the title role in the CBS drama series Walker, Texas Ranger, a modern Western about a lawman who always does what's right, even if he doesn't have a warrant or is quick to just kill the bad guys. Listen, no one wants to watch procedural with a big focus on doing things the right way or having to pause the action to get paperwork approved by a local judge. It's because it's called a movie, folks. With the black and white, right and wrong simplicity of Walker's cop agenda nonetheless. Norris's Cordell Walker was never wrong and always had a strong moral to share along the way. Bad guys are only bad, good guys are only good, and that is that. Norris was undeniable in the role, his great outfits and smile, lighting up every room he steps in. Folksy wisdom and unhurried pacing is a warm blanket that comforted audiences all through the 90s, but is a milquetoast, charming version of a lawmaker who lives by his own code even more insidious than a modern anti-hero. Was Norris a brilliant athlete and top shelf star? Yes. But there's no denying his roles are part of a body of work to show American strength, might, and the pernicious attraction of taking the law into one's own hands. Something that seems less fun in a year in which our country is funneling money into bombing Iran and ICE agents are acting like one-man militias, okay? Even given our nation's divisions in morality, information literacy, and overall sense of reality, it's easier to see Norse's characters as justification for a fringe conspiracy movement rather than a moral standing. When patriotism and laws shift away from the Constitution, like you know anything about the Constitution, what side does a gunslinger land on? Okay, there's more word salad. Here we go. While Hollywood takes endless shots for being too liberal or left-leaning, it's a short-sighted criticism considering the industry's decades of glorifying American military strength. Ultimately, genre fans can appreciate Norris as a larger-than-life marquee figure, but it's a unique twist on separating the art from the artist when a star is the poster boy for American exceptionalism and might. At one point, does his legacy transition from escapism to dangerous propaganda? As a lifelong fan of Norris, could fold me, it brings me no joy to consider this messaging of his work as a whole. Then why are you doing it? It'd be a lot more fun to shut my brain off and enjoy these sturdy action classics, but it gives me hope for the future where outrageous law enforcement and one-man militias are a fantasy. Only in a world seen in VHS copy 1985's Invasion USA. Then we can be thankful that it's just a movie. Okay, this was a story written by a guy named William Earl. Yeah, couldn't do just a straight up obituary. Gotta bring politics into it every time. Oh man, this is why I rail against Hollywood so much now, and the propaganda that comes from the left in these rags is so much worse. Nate is asking me to stop reading. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to about halfway through, but trying to be fair, that's the article. I had to put it in, I had to read it for myself and put it into some sort of context. Now, again, guys, look, I don't know about you. And again, thank you for the $2, Nate. One of the problems that modern day 2026 Hollywood has is the fact that they can't keep their politics out of anything. Now, let's take some of Chuck Norris's movies. Let's take Invasion USA. What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to let terrorists run rampant through your country? No. Is it okay to hijack planes like they do in Delta Force? No. You know, we needed that at that time. There's nothing wrong with the movie where you have an absolute good guy and an absolute bad guy. That's what movies used to be about. And somewhere along the line, they forgot about that. But if you walk around today calling people ists and phobes if they judge you and then you turn around and you dance on somebody's grave with this kind of yellow journalism. I don't have time for you. So basically, this Variety reporter was a fan until they became morally superior jerk they are today. Exactly. Yeah, they cannot keep their own politics out of it for 5 minutes. Modern Hollywood can't conceive of good and bad because they usually agree with the bad guys. And this is the thing. They try to make the villains the hero or misunderstood. Yet no. But then again, you see some of the people that they support, and then you start to go, oh, well, this starts to make a little bit more sense. Hello to welcome. Okay. I don't want to ignore the chat. You're all saying hello to each other. Good to see you. Okay. So, guys, you know me. you know, yeah, I could not let that slide without going on and saying something about it. And I've always told everybody here that your opinions are yours and vote with your wallets. And it's okay to walk away. Now, I say that when it comes to movies and music and television, but I also said it about some politicians on both sides of the aisle as well. But I also wanted to apply that to not just the legacy news media, which, it is no better. And then you have the entertainment media that has become just as bad. It used to have these shows like Entertainment Tonight, and you used to have Showbiz Today. And yeah, it was all sound bites, but it was harmless. It wasn't ragging on people. Politics didn't have anything to do with anything. I wonder what those shows would be like today. If say John Wayne died sometime in the last 10 years. I mean, obviously, guy would be like 120 years old. But let's say that him or somebody like him passed away in like the last 10 years. What do you think the press would say about him today? When Stallone dies, what do you think the press is going to say about him in this day and age? There's always this slant to everything, and they expect us to fall for it every single time. And one of the things that I wanted you guys to do tonight what I wanted to say to you is to think for yourselves. You can't let these people do it for you because it's all propaganda for one side or another. And you got to figure out what's true for yourselves. And it's okay for you to look up to people, to have heroes. There's nothing wrong with that. We need more of them. But unfortunately, we're living in a world right now where you got the press saying that your crud and your heroes were scum because maybe they didn't vote the right way, or maybe because, their movies today are problematic. And, I tell you, it's something that I, for one, have gotten really tired of. It gets old fast. That kind of constant bombardment. These people who tell you that, we're moving forward. We don't need you, we don't need you in our world. Good. I don't want to live there because I know what you're going to do to it. I get so tired of the talking down. It is exhausting. I come here. This is my respite, This is where I know for a fact I'm among friends. And yeah, every once in a while you're going to get somebody who's going to disagree. Yeah, there are going to be trolls. There are going to be bots. So what? I'll take that chance. But these people are telling us, period, point blank, what they think of us. And honestly, don't give them any more of your time. I have always said, be the competition. Some of you are out there doing that right now. It is time for us to fight back in our own way. The politicians lie to us. These so called celebrity elites talk down to us. You got people who think that they can get away with things. And anyone who counteracts that gets thrown in as an hysterophobe or what have you. Why put up with that? These people decide to proverbially dance on Chuck Norris's grave because he wasn't playing the Hollywood game. Well, I'm not going to play that game. And if anybody has to do with that, then it's their problem. And welcome, Kinley. Now, folks, I take these hits so you don't have to. But I'm telling you, just for your own peace of mind, for your own sanity, don't read this shit. Don't even bother with it. You know where newspapers end up? They end up at the bottom of litter boxes. Bird cages. That's where they end up. Because in the end, that's all they're good for. Go out and find alternative ways to get the information that you need, because you're not going to get it from the legacy media. You're not going to get it from even the entertainment press. These people have an agenda. They are not going to come off of that agenda. They can't. They've doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down. These people have told you what they think of you. But I know who you really are. That's what I came here to say tonight. Yellow journalism exists. Propaganda exists. Don't fall for it. You don't want to read something? Don't read it. A movie you don't want to go see? Don't go see it. TV show you don't want to watch? You don't have to. You owe these people nothing. Politics. the same way. None of them are going to be the right guy. Because they all make compromises. Or they forget which country they're really the president of. You want to know what this country is? People who deserve better. Now, I did my best to stay neutral. I'm a live and let live guy. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I don't want the world. Just give me the small little piece of the pie that I can hang on to. That's all I'm asking for. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. But when you can't even read an article from what's basically a gossip rag without getting crapped on, we've definitely crossed some sort of line. And it's like, okay, if that's how you feel, you do you. You have actors who say if you voted a certain way or if you agree with some policy, don't watch my movies. Hey, I'm way ahead of you, pal. Jimmy Kimmel had an interview the other day where he said, "It's not my job to make you laugh." And I go, "You're a comedian. It kind of is your job to make people laugh." Excuse me, maybe I don't know what a comedian means anymore. But, I go, I actually tagged him in my answer to that tweet. And I said, guess what? You haven't. Not one time. But no, you get to have your little dog and pony show. And, well, I mean, for about another year, then the network will throw you out on your ass. But hey, don't expect me to cry for you. And hello to my partner in crime, Outlaw Bill. Good to see you back, sir. So, folks, avoid this stuff. There's nothing in there for you. They want to play to an audience that isn't there. And they did it to themselves. And get well soon, Bill. You guys deserve better. Your heroes are yours. I certainly know who mine are. And to those of you out there who like to dance on graves, keep dancing, because all you're doing is telling the rest of us who you are. The mask is off. I want to thank everybody who heard me out tonight. Reserved seats will return. Stay to the end of the broadcast. You will be automatically redirected to Troy's channel for the next episode of Doctor Who. From HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, to everyone who joined us here tonight on X, to everyone here in the live chat, good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
Steven Ronan's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Let's roll.